Welcome to this 20-minute somatic yoga release for releasing trauma and tension from the hips. So somatic yoga is about journeying inside and allowing the body to lead us, not letting the mind lead us. So we're going to really tune into the body. I'm going to offer lots of invitations for deeper awareness and introspection, and just really be with your body. Take this time for you, for your beautiful hips, and just immerse yourself fully. So we're going to start the practice in a seated position, and I invite you to close down the eyes, only if it feels safe to do so. If it does not feel safe, please keep them open. And if you are keeping them open, just maybe pick something that you can gaze to and just keep your eyes locked into whatever that object or point is. And I want you now just to take a few deep breaths. I'm going to invite you to breathe in through the nose and breathe out of the mouth. And we're going to use these breaths to allow us to fully arrive on our mat today, or on the floor, no matter where it is that you are practicing. And we're going to let go of all the other stuff, all the life stuff. And we're going to use these breaths to really ground into the body, ground into the practice. And as you take a few more deep breaths, you might start to realize that you can breathe that a little bit deeper. So maybe your exhale is going to be a little longer. Maybe your inhale is a bit more powerful and comes right down into the lungs. Maybe it doesn't, and that is okay. A reminder, if you haven't practiced with being well before, that we have a very relaxed, loving, gentle approach. And all of you is welcome. And we have an ethos of no judgment, no expectations. And we really stick by that and honor that. So please have no judgment on yourself. And also have no expectations on yourself for the practice. And the next few breaths that you take, I really invite you to feel the air coming into the nose. And I want you to pull it all the way down to your hips. And as you breathe out, feel the air coming back out from the hips all the way up the body and out of the mouth. And what we're going to do now is we're going to continue breathing in this way. So nice big deep breaths. I want you to feel the breath and pull it all the way down to the hips. And as you exhale, bring that air back out of the hips. And all we're going to do is we're going to focus our attention on bringing the awareness into the hips to create space. So the breath comes in and it creates space in the hips. Almost like a balloon. You want to be blowing up the hips to create more space. And the reason that we're going to do this is to create more space for all those emotions that have been suppressed there. All those times that we have had an emotion that we wanted to express and we wasn't able to, now stored and locked in our hips. So using your breath, create space and welcome these emotions into this space. And as we move through the poses and the movements, I really invite you to come back to always visualizing and feeling the space, and allowing any emotions to come to surface, be felt, and allow the energy of that emotion to move. And that may mean that sometimes you may cry in the practice, you may have some aggression, any other emotion that comes, and I really ask you to welcome it. So let's take 3 more deep breaths. And just let the body know it's safe. We are letting the body know it's safe because safety is key for this trauma work. We must feel safe and the body must feel safe to do this work and to allow the energy to move. Last breath out. And then gently open the eyes. Beautiful. So we're going to take some hip rolls here. So we're now going to start to stir the energy up in the hips. And my invitation for you is to really feel into the hips and let them move you. If that is a struggle, then just follow a traditional circular movement. So leaning out to the right side, all the way forward to the left, and then all the way back. Maybe you take a few of those and then the hips start to guide you. Remembering that we have created space for these emotions to arise. Let the head just gaze wherever it wants to gaze. There is no right or wrong in these practices. This is all about you connecting to your body. And you might feel that you might want to move side to side. Just let your body move you. And you will notice certain pockets of tension, of space, of emotions, and I want you to move into those spaces when you notice that there are pockets there. So really tune into the hips and move the hips. If you are going in one direction, I invite you to change direction now. And again, once you have changed direction and you feel safe in that movement, take your awareness deep inside and allow the body to lead you. Let the body move you. Full awareness inside. And then gently come into stillness, into the center. Just take a deep breath in, soften the shoulders. And a long breath out, release and relax. I'm going to invite you to release the legs and shake the legs off. And then if you practice this with me, you'll know that this is one of my faves. I'm going to place the hands behind us, bring the feet to the ground, take the legs a little wider. And we're going to move now from left to right, letting the knees come down to the ground and then all the way over to the other side. So here we are now asking the hips to start to release if they haven't already. So we've taken the breaths in to create the space. We've taken the circular movements and the movement seated to circulate that energy. And now it's time for us to welcome the energy to move. You may find this movement wants to be very slow. You want to stay in one position for a little longer. You may find that you might want to go quick. And I invite you to really pay attention to your body. Look at your body and be with it. It's very often that we neglect our body. We don't want to look at it or feel it. And this is why I make these practices, is to really support people in that awareness and connection with the body. Coming back to our home, which is our body. So let the hips guide you. Listen. Just see what's going on. So as I move to the side here, I'm feeling there is a little pocket on the inside of my hip and also around my glutes. So I'm just going to allow my body to move me here. And I want you to do the same in terms of letting it move you. So just notice when you do feel a little tension, or the body might want to move in a certain way, and maybe you might be like, oh, that's a bit weird. It does take some getting used to listen to the body and letting it move. But just really honour where you are. And then we'll take just a couple more. And then gently arrive back into stillness in the center. Just release the legs out long and take a little shaker. And then we're going to slowly come onto our backs. So from here, I'm going to place the right foot onto the left knee. The arm's going to come out left to right, so reach the arms out nice and wide. And I want you to really feel the ground here. So if you are outside like me, really root into the earth. If you are inside, just root into the surface beneath you. And I want you to feel the safety of the surface beneath you. Let the body know it's safe. And then we're going to move the right knee in and out. So moving the knee in and out. Awareness of the breath. Awareness inside the hips. Take one more movement in and out. And then take the right hand to push onto the right knee on the inside and just give it a little touch. Really root your lower back into the ground. And just open up that hip. What emotions have we been holding for a very long time? What emotions can we feel in this moment? And if some emotions have arrived, please stay with them and just come with me with the movement. We're going to release that leg and change sides. So still being in tune with whatever emotions are arising. Taking that left foot onto the right knee and opening the knee in and out. Arms are open left to right. Full awareness into the hips. Take one more and then take the left hand to the inside of the knee or the thigh, and then just give that a little touch out, root down into your lower back. And then release the foot now and the hand back out. Give yourself a little tap on the floor with the feet. And then we're going to come into butterfly. So feet come together, knees open wide. If this is uncomfortable, please pause the video, go and grab some pillows and place them under your knees. So there are options here. We're going to finish here, so please tune into whatever the body needs. So if you have some emotions that have arisen and want to move, I invite you to keep moving side to side like this. However, check in with the emotions. They might want stillness and deeper introspection. So if they do, maybe you invite coming into stillness in the center and placing your hands on your hips. And then ask your body to show you what energy needs to move. And we're not here to show you a story or a memory. We're asking for energy here. We're asking to feel and release whatever we need to release in the form of emotions, energy in motion. It is very important when we do this trauma work that we are not here to revisit the trauma. That is not what we are here for. We are here to feel the energy, the emotion. Take some deep breaths now. And just be here. And then slowly start to bring the knees back in. And then we're just going to take a rocking motion from side to side with the hips and the legs. And then gently bring the knees up into the chest and take a rock from side to side. So we're moving into the back of the hips. And then release the arms and the legs out nice and long. Take a big long stretch out. And then gently release and very slowly come back up to seated to finish the practice. So once you have arrived back in your seated position, I welcome you to place your hands onto your hips. And I want us to just take a few deep breaths together. So nice big breath in and out. And on the next breath in, just breathing in love and care to the hips. And breathing out any energy that needs to be released. Soften the shoulders. Take one more breath. And then gently open the eyes. Thank you so much for practicing with me. And if you would like a longer practice, please do let me know and I will make a longer one. Thank you so much. Please subscribe to the channel and check out our other somatic videos. And I will see you in the next video. Much love.